Welcome to another virtual improv show with the LA Connection and its players. I'm Ken Scove, and I'm so excited that a lot of these guys, it's their fifth virtual improv show. And as you know, if you've been following us, a lot of our shows are completely different. We always try and do different games and different ideas, and we've got a great lineup today. We got Judge Judy coming on later. We got the Liars Club. We got a thing called Celebrity Jail. I won't tell you what that's about, but that's going to be fun. We got a podcast, and we have some telemarketing, and everybody loves telemarketers. So we got a really fun show today, and the cast does not know what suggestions I'm going to give them. John's also going to give them a few suggestions. They have no idea what John and I have conjured up to give them today, right, John? But we're going to just have fun with their minds today and play with them. But they do know what games they're going to be in. I gave an example of some of those games now. So let's introduce our other host today, John. And how about Lavelle? Our lovely cast, Timothy and Lori and Beth and Colton and Sandra, Lexi, Marissa, Stephen, and Dave. Okay, John, we're all ready to play the game. The first game's Fun Facts. Why don't you tell them how we play the game, and then I'll give you the opening fun fact line.
Okay, sure. So fun facts, we're going to start with some factual information that Kent will give us, and then we will proceed to list off many different fun facts that come to mind. Try to fact check this game, and you will fail. And as people want to give a fun fact, they're going to raise their hand, and I'm going to call on them. So, Kent, what is our first suggestion?
Fun fact, John. When it's hot outside, you need to go swimming. That's your fun fact start point.
Okay, great. Dave.
Fun fact, if you swim, you may drown.
Lexi.
Fun fact, drowning can kill you.
Stephen.
Fun fact, you will be reincarnated when you die.
Yeah, Marissa. Oh no, Marissa, you're on mute. Unmute yourself.
Die is so much fun. I can go to heaven and walk in the park between hell and heaven.
She loves to die, folks. Lavelle.
I don't believe I'll be able to get into heaven because of my past background.
Oh no, she's a sinner. Dave was the first hand I saw.
Fun fact, I don't think those were fun facts.
Oh, Tim.
Up in the corner.
Okay, yeah, Tim?
Fun fact. Fun fact. The facts are always right.
That's right, the facts aren't always right. Let's go to Beth.
Fun fact, I'm always right.
Let's go to Lori.
Fun fact, Beth is always right.
Colton.
But fun fact, I prefer to take left turns myself. I don't know, rights are just too easy, you know?
Stephen.
Yeah, you know what is too easy? Young college girls.
Okay, somehow I knew that was coming. Lavelle.
Fun facts, college girls don't always put out.
That's right. Lord knows I can attest to that. And that's fun fact. Give it up for these performers. It got a little too personal for me at the end. Wish I could reel back some of those revelations in the Me Too era. Kent, back to you.
Okay, well, John, the next one's going to be a podcast. We have two different podcasts, and the topic on one of your podcasts is going to be how can I start dating and finding my soulmate in the time of COVID? That'll be one podcast. So why don't you select the two people who will be doing that podcast, and then you can come back to me and I'll give you the second podcast, John.
Okay, great. So let's have Beth and Colton talk about dating in the era of COVID. And let's just see that 2-minute podcast right now, and then we'll come back and get a topic for Stephen and Sandra. So Beth and Colton, dating in the era of COVID. Take it away.
Hello. Welcome to the Beth Show. My name is...
Yeah, well, it's nice of you to show up again today, Colton. We really appreciate that you're here, especially since we're going to be talking about dating in the age of COVID. And I know you've got a lot of experience dating, so maybe you could just start us with a few tips of what to do in these COVID days, but you still want to get out there.
Yeah, so as a professional dater myself, I think I'm on my 16th day relationship. I think at this, I don't know, you kind of lose track after you hit double digits. But before these times, it was pretty easy to just kind of walk outside, just kind of interact with somebody in like a park or something, a bar maybe, for those of you who are over 21, most of you. But nowadays you can't. You're not gonna find a random person in your house. You can't just go out into the other room and just find somebody and say, "Hey, relationship time," and they're like, "Ha, yes." So we've had to adapt our strategies.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, that's very, very, very observant of you, Colton. I know you certainly are the one person. If there was anyone who could find someone in their house to date, you would be the one, because I mean, you're the dating professional, and we all know that. We all come to you for that.
Stop.
So, but are we allowed to go out into parks in LA these days? I haven't been able to keep track of it. Are there any good parks where you could actually walk around and even say something to somebody from a distance? I mean, from a safe distance? And can you date with masks on? Is it possible that maybe if you both had really friendly masks, you could date that way?
Theater people date all the time, and they're always wearing masks. So the masks aren't really the problem. No, also, there's a deeper meaning there behind hiding your true self, but we're not about to get into that. But no, I think the safest park you could probably do is a parked car. Every other park is pretty dangerous. Like, you could maybe drive into a parking lot 3 spots away from somebody and just kind of roll down the window and just kind of yell out to them. But I don't know. I mean, it's a little less for sure. Maybe you might roll up and you might find someone single, or you might find a car full of I don't know, church ladies who are just kind of hanging out because church is closed right now, so they're just hanging out.
I certainly like that idea of rolling down your car window from afar and shouting out. I mean, you're in a safe distance, and if it's somebody you don't like, you can always drive away or back up or pull over into somebody else's driveway.
Run into them.
Certainly sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Anything else as far as not once you find somebody? Suppose you found somebody in your house you could date. How would you work that out? I mean, where would you just go to another room? How would you help that? How would you make that into a date?
I'd love to sit and chat a little bit more, Beth here, but I just got I can hear the door being beaten down right now. I need.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as Colton is running to his door right now, maybe it's a UPS driver, or a girl UPS driver who he just met, who's coming by to date him right here, right now. So I don't know. Is there? And I'm just wondering from our host, do we have anybody on the phone? Anybody at all? Anybody have any questions out there?
Nope. They're all dead.
Well, that's. I guess everybody's out there dating today. So once again, we'd like to thank everyone for listening to us and starting in on our podcast about dating and what to do during the era of COVID. And hopefully, we'll have Colton back here again next week. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, thank you to the Beth Show. Wow, if you can believe it or not, the Beth Show was just sold to Spotify for $15 million. But there's another show coming up. This is a really interesting podcast. I just downloaded this podcast. I'm getting really into it. Now, this is a podcast with Stephen and Sandra. And Kent, what is this podcast about?
Well, I just remind Beth, she can go, there she goes. Okay, that's good. This podcast is, a lot of parents have to deal with their kids at home now, being online, schooling now, because the schools are not open. And a lot of the parents have to be nannies. They have to be teachers. I know my wife is going through that. It's driving everyone absolutely bonkers. Crazy, John. So how do parents deal with their kids at home 24 hours a day during school time as well?
Well, let's see the podcast. Take it away, Sandra and Steven.
Thank you, John. So, of course, we all know this isn't easy, especially for parents who aren't normally accustomed to this, or who are not teachers by profession. So that can be extremely frustrating, especially if they don't know how to teach their kids, particularly those if they have kids with special needs that they don't know how to teach the subject to. And from what I can say, being a tutor, because I have tutored as well, I can understand the frustration of parents. And sometimes when I'm helping out these kids being homeschooled with the lessons that they need, it's almost like they see me as a surrogate parent, or a sibling rather, because I'm more understanding and able to teach them better than their actual parent. I mean, Sandra, would you agree or disagree more on that?
Well, it can go both ways. You can decide how you want it to go. It can either be a very frustrating experience. A lot of parents don't even know their own kids, or you can have fun with it. And what I do, I didn't know my kids prior to this whole lockdown situation, so I notice it's so much more interesting to get to know them, and the things that they have to say are so much more funnier after like a drink or two. And then you're calm, and when you're calm, you're not inducing stress in the children. They're learning better, and you're actually getting to know the little kids. That they're not that bad. But at first, it was frustrating, and I was like, "You're not going to learn. You're just going to be dumb because I don't have the patience for you." So I had a couple of drinks, and now I listen to them. They say a lot of really cool things.
Right, you are, Sandra. And on top of that, having fun in the lessons as well is one way to get them to learn better and to pay attention more. Using incentives, giving them some rewards you actually can give them. Like with little kids, you can offer them candy. You can offer them, little treats. Yeah. Older kids, they it's a bit more tricky. But I mean, if you can pull off some kind of reward for older kids, something that actually appeals to them, like for instance, preteens, especially if they have the kind of a sibling rivalry with their own siblings, maybe giving them advice on things to say when they get into arguments. Being a guy myself, they love some of the remarks I give them, and they use on their actual sister. But I always make it one that's not only teasing, but also playful. Not one that's offensive, not one that's going to scar them, but rather one that just allows them to have fun. And that gets them to open their minds as well, especially if it involves a subject that requires a lot of creativity.
I agree. I definitely agree with you with using things that they like for teaching certain things. Like I got little ones, so when it comes to multiplication or addition, subtraction, I just grab all their things, and it's like, okay, you have 10 minus 10, and then I take it all away. Oh, they're gonna remember because now they're pissed, they're frustrated. So I try to mess with them like that. I mean, the alcohol helps, of course, and then out of that frustration, they remember that I took 5 away from 10, and that equals 5. I don't got the teens yet though, but I think you're doing a great job, Steven.
Yeah, well, with teens, the only thing that I wish I could promise them as a little reward for their hard work is promise them dates for their social life, which obviously we can't magically happen because that's one thing they long for.
Well, you should listen to the other podcast, and that is podcast I Do Not Let Steven Around My Children. And by the way, that podcast was just sold to Audible for $22 million. Kent, what's next?
Well, John, we have celebrity jail. These people are in the jail, have delusions of grandeur. They think they're famous people. So let's bring in the first two. They're going to play the game, John, in their jail cell. We can't hear you, John. We've lost your audio. We've lost
You
your
know,
audio, John.
you know what? It happens to the best of us, and I'll always think of
Yeah.
myself as the best. This is
Yes.
Lori and Tim are out first, and
Okay, Lori and Tim.
great. And so, Kent, who do they think they are?
Well, Timothy thinks that he's a mafia don. If we can get Timothy back up, he's having some internet
There he is.
connections. There he is. So we hope that we'll be able to hear him and it'll be a little in sync. So you're the mafia don, Timothy, and Lori thinks she's Marilyn Monroe.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to close the jail cell door, and we're going to see a mafia don and Marilyn Monroe in a jail cell. Ka-chunk! Go for it.
Hi. I always wanted to meet a mafia don. And
Yeah,
I
doing it, okay?
diamonds are a girl's best friend. How many could you give me?
I can get you a whole Fort Knox if I wanted to. I'm that powerful.
I'm so impressed with your masculinity. Maybe you would like my quivering jello.
Oh, you are foxy little thing. Sorry. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. My offer is you get with me, you get power. And I get you for a good night. What do you say, baby?
I could sing you happy birthday too. Like the good old days when Jacqueline Onassis had roses of different colors in the rose garden. And today, the president's wife only has white roses in the rose garden and a Russian army suit she wears. I don't know why.
I like it very much. You gotta give me some time so I can tell the pig to let me out of here. Hey! Make sure you get me out of here! Yeah, he'll get me out of here. I got the connection.
I will. I will. Ah, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Place it right here, darling.
I think it's time to send those two out to the yard, John. I sent
Yep.
them out to the yard. Yeah.
Let's release them. Let's release them. Who knew that the best way to find love in COVID was just be thrown in a multi-gender jail cell? Let's bring out the other two participants in Celebrity Jail.
Okay.
So we've got Lavelle and Marissa coming out. And Kent, who do they think they are?
We'll say goodbye to Lori and mute yourself, Lori. Okay. Well, Lavelle thinks that she's the Queen of England, and Marissa thinks she's Imelda Marcos. And if people don't know who that was, she's mostly known as Argentina's shoe lady. Okay, the wife of the Argentinian president, Imelda Marcos, who collected shoes. And of course, Lavelle is the Queen of England. There it is, John.
Take it away, Celebrity Jail.
So, Miss Lady, whatever your name is, could you just fetch me that paper over there? I need to wash my hands.
Okay, I have to pick up some of my shoes to offer to you, and that is the place where you can wash your hands in my shoes. I can take it off, one of my closed shoes, and I'm going to put water on it and offer it to you, Queen of England.
My dear, I don't drink water out of shoes. So let's get this straight. Are you kind of a lunatic?
Well, you know, my shoes is made of gold, and the sole of my shoes is diamond. And I'm going to put water there from Egypt. And I'm going to give it to you or offer it to you to wash your hand on it. Don't you like it? It is the water is from Egypt, which I pick up in the park in the Philippines. I am Imelda.
I'm sorry, my dear. You must find another way to give me water. I don't drink water from shoes. Let's get
Okay,
perfectly straight.
you can call your prince to offer you water. Because right now,
You're
the only
here.
water I have is in my gold shoes. You can take the shoes with you.
My dear,
It can build another mansion for you.
it's not a mansion that I need at this moment. It is water that I need at this moment. I need
Well, I'm
water
giving you
to
the water
freshen my
with gold.
face and to wash my hands and to be rid of you.
Oh, well, you are going to get rid of me. I like it. But please I'm offering you my gold shoes with water on it. And when you pick up the water, inside it is diamonds. You need money right now.
My dear,
Your
I don't need
senator and
diamonds.
your prime ministers
Thank you for your
has
diamonds.
no paycheck for the last 3 months.
Thank you for the offer of your diamonds and gold, but I have so many diamonds and so much gold that I'm afraid
Okay.
your little trinket offering would not even impress the cockroaches that are running around here.
Oh, the cockroaches. That is yummy. You can pick it up. You have plenty. You fry it. It's good for the food for the people.
You're a
Believe me.
cockroach eater?
Yeah, tastes so good. You can saute it, put onion, tomatoes, and soy sauce. Wow, ginger. So good. Didn't you have it?
I
It's good for
heard
your
that you
health.
eat exotic things, but never have I heard anything so outrageous as cockroaches and barbecue sauces and what planet are you from?
You
I
can
don't know about
barbecue
you,
with
John, but
me.
I'm getting kind of hungry now, so I think we should send them over to the cafeteria to go eat.
Get out of here. I'm starving. Go ahead, royalty. And it's a shame the royalty were finally arrested, but it looks like they're thriving in prison. Kent, what is our next game? Thank you, Lavelle and Marissa.
John, the next game is called Wandering Speech. Why don't you tell everybody what that's all about?
Yeah, sure. So Dave and Lexi are going to do a scene. So Dave and Lexi can come on out. And Dave is just going to ramble about whatever Lexi talks about. So Lexi's going to say something, and Dave is just going to be one of those people who just rambles and wanders with his speech. Now, Lexi works at a certain store. What store does she work at, Kent?
Well, Dave wants to come down and get something nice for his wife of 10 years for their anniversary, so he's gone to a lingerie store, maybe Victoria's Secrets.
Okay, maybe. Let's find out right now in this game we call Wandering Speech. Take it away, Dave and Lexi.
Welcome to the store, sir. I'm so excited to have you here. We've got so many deals going on right now. We've got like pretty pink bras. You got those really lacy ones. We have anything you could ever hope for. May I interest you in some fancy bras or a new deal?
You got it all wrong right now. I'm not here to get myself a bra. They're beautiful pink bras, of course. Like, look, it's actually pretty soft. Like, yeah, maybe I could
Yes,
wear this.
we've got lots of
But
lacy
never. The
ones.
missus wouldn't like that, anyways. But no, I'm not here for me. I'm here for the missus and looking around. But like, now that you're talking about getting into the fabric, how soft it is, do you know what fabric all these are made of, and like the material they use and everything? Since I wouldn't mind maybe trying to get some of my own and making my shirts a little softer. Like I want to feel like I can breathe and keep moving on and doing my
Oh,
things.
yes.
Like,
Well, we've got lots of different fabrics here. We have some bras that are cotton. We have some that are silk. We have some that are satin. We have some really nice shapers that are like a type of rubbery spandex type. I mean, anything. Is there anything
well,
that you
you're
fancy?
speaking a foreign language right now. Spandex, like what the hell is that? Like I have a t-shirt, pants, cotton. That's really all I know. So spandex, that sounds like really fancy and really pricey. I don't know, it's up my alley. Plus, my wife, she's kind of a plain gal, not like maybe the best style, but like so nothing like too elaborate, where she might think I'm saying something like, "Hey, to be sexy, you need sexy clothes." Which, bless her heart, but I want to avoid that, not get in an argument, because you know what they say, happy wife, happy life, and I don't need to die tonight. So avoid maybe the fancy spandex. Plus, I don't have that much money, so.
Okay, sir. Well, we do have a lot of clearance items that are not spandex. We've got like organic cotton. We've got satin, which is a little more silky and smooth. I mean, and it depends on what your wife is interested in. Like, does she prefer like something cooler? Does she prefer something more snug? Is she like a bigger lady, or is she more slim?
Looky here, I don't know who you think you're dealing with, but clearance? I said I don't want to shell out for some fancy, elaborate spandex thing, but like clearance, come on, at least point me to the sales area. But putting me all the way clearance, what are you saying? You saying I look trashy? You think my wife is gonna be trashy? And you said you don't know her size? What, you're assuming my wife is some big blueberry that's gonna be storming around and tearing all your clothes? Like, who do you think you are just to treat me with disrespect like that? I'm in here asking you questions, giving you customer service, gonna give you a sell, and hella, I was even thinking about tipping you since you were being so sweet to me. But you know what? I might end up taking my customer service elsewhere if you keep treating me this way. But this is Victoria's Secret, right? This is where my wife told me to go.
Yes, this is Victoria's Secret.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've got tons of different kinds of bras. I mean, any kind. It would help to know your wife's size, but it's okay. I mean, I'm sure you could. We have a great return policy.
Her size is beautiful.
And scene. Okay, good. I would hate to be his wife right now. Thank you, Lexi. Thank you, Dave. Kent, what do we have next coming up?
John, we have the Liars Club, a new version that we've created here. Why don't you tell everybody how we play that and bring in the contestants?
Sure. So Tim is going to be our contestant, and Marissa, Beth, and Colton are going to be our panelists here. Now, Marissa, Beth, and Colton are professional liars, and Timothy will have to figure out which one of them is telling the truth about what famous event happened on this day in history. So they'll be given a day in history, and they will have to tell us what famous event happened, and Tim will decide who is telling the truth and who is full of lies. So quickly, let's just get from Kent our first day in history, and then we'll meet our contestant Tim.
Okay, John, the first day in history is April 1st, 1892.
Okay.
April 1st, 1892.
April 1st, 1892. Tim, are you confident in your abilities?
I want to be honest with you, but I'm just going to state the facts and say I am pretty confident I can do this.
Okay, he's very confident that he's going to be able to figure out who the liar is. Great. So let's go to Beth first. Beth, what happened on April 1st, 1892?
Well, it's very interesting that you should ask about that date, because not that many people are familiar. But actually, on April 1st, 1892, Benjamin Franklin secretly met with Napoleon Bonaparte in Edinburgh, Scotland. They both together invented the world's first just put in your hair and rinse once hair gel.
Okay, wow, that just kept stacking on top of itself. Benjamin Franklin and Napoleon Bonaparte. And where did they meet again?
Edinburgh, Scotland.
Of course. And they came up with the one rinse hair shampoo.
No, it was a hair gel. Actually, it wasn't just like shampoo. It was actually a gel. Shampoo had been invented already, and they wanted to come up with something that was a little bit more upscale for the ladies.
Fantastic. Marissa, what actually happened on April 1st, 1892?
Oh, that's the day I was born.
Okay, so that's the day you were born. So you were born 122 years ago.
Yes, and I'm still okay right now. My orgasm is still coming up right.
Okay.
So I think I have to take in consideration eating more cucumber.
Okay, I think my math was a little off, but I'm glad that your orgasms are still coming up right. Colton, what happened on this day, April 1st, 1892?
Yeah, on April 1st, 1892, the country of Italy was formed.
Okay, the country of Italy was formed. Nice and simple. His lie is nice and simple, easy to remember. Tim, real quick, do you have any follow-up questions for any of these contestants? Maybe one or two follow-up questions.
I got two.
Okay, who? To who?
Two. Okay, first of all, Marissa. And first of all, Marissa. First of all, you look pretty good for being like over 100 years old. I'll say it right there, right now. But my question is, if you're over 100 years old and you look like you're in your 40s, at least, how do you deal with going to the DMV with your license? Do you have to lie about your age a lot?
Yeah, Marissa, do you have to lie about your age at the DMV?
No, it's accepted.
Whoa! Oh my God, that's amazing.
Okay.
Accepted. Nope. Have no problem.
Okay, that seems pretty convincing to me, Tim. Wow. And one final question for either Beth or Colton.
Yeah, Colton. First of all, you're saying that Italy was formed on this day. That's pretty interesting. What was the first thing that they did after it was formed?
I believe the first thing they did was throw a giant middle finger to France. You know, it's kind of, the thing they like to do. Maybe even the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which is still a thing at the time. So, I'm just like, aha, screw you guys.
Makes sense. They taunted
no further.
Great, thanks, Tim. No further questions. So, Tim, who's telling the truth? Is it Beth? Is it Colton? Is it Marissa?
Oh, this is so hard. This is so hard indeed. But if I had to choose out of these three, I want to say Colton is probably the one telling the truth, because I actually think that actually could happen. I don't know if Italy is that old, but I would believe it would be formed like somewhere around the 1800s. I don't know about April Fool's Day though, but I think it's Colton's telling the truth.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It was Beth who was telling the truth. Yep, sorry. The hair gel thing in Edinburgh.
Really?
Yeah, Benjamin Franklin and Napoleon Bonaparte. That's when they got together and got that gel in their hair.
Italy formed in 1947.
Okay, good. Colton with the fact check here, and
Germany was made in 1886, I believe. So it's actually closer to Germany's formation.
At this point, he's just trying to show off. Can we get one more date? One more date in history.
Sure, one more date. How about June 5th, 1965? June 5th, 1965.
Great. We're going to go on reverse order here. So we're going to start with Colton and then go to Marissa and then go to Beth. Okay, so June 5th, 1965. What happened, Colton?
Yes, that was actually the first recorded instance of disco. The first disco album was released by, I believe, Sly the Family Stone.
Oh yeah, of course. Sounds believable to me, Tim. He gave an artist. That's pretty legitimate. And we know disco's in the 70s, so maybe it might have originated in 1965. I think that sounds believable. Marissa, what happened June 5th, 1965?
That is my first kiss from John F. Kennedy. I beat Marilyn Monroe.
So you kissed John F. Kennedy 2 years after he was... She said
my first kiss from John F. Kennedy.
Okay, she kissed John F. Kennedy in 1965, and it was her first kiss, and she was 73. Okay, and let's go to Beth. What happened on June 5th, 1965?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. As it turns out, on June 5th, 1965, a law was passed that for the first time it was legal to purchase ice cream from a sidewalk vendor and fart at the same time in Washington, D.C.
Wow, it just, again, they just keep stacking. The ice cream vendor on the side of the road while farting in DC. Tim, any follow-up questions real quick?
Yes. First, Beth. The 40, not so much, but I want to know about that law. Like, how did that law pass?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Oh, yeah, he just said, how did that law pass?
Oh, it passed by a 31 to 29 vote in the Washington, D.C. legislature.
Okay, everybody knows the Washington. Yep, Washington, D.C. has a legislature. Tim, follow-up question to either Colton or Marissa. Last question.
Yeah. Okay, Colton. So disco became big in the 70s, but you're saying it was the first recording was like 1965, June 5th, 1965.
Yes.
Okay, but the thing is, how come it never started to catch on until the 70s if the first ever recording was the mid 60s?
And see, we had to wait till the whole like Vietnam stuff was over before people could really start getting into the upbeatness. You know, people were still kind of getting all antsy about the whole Vietnam thing. So it really didn't take until like about 1970, 1971 before disco really had a good environment to take off in.
That's right. Vietnam didn't end until 1970, 1971. Tim, who's telling the truth here? Is it Beth? Is it Marissa? Is it Colton?
I think it might be Colton. I know I got it wrong at the last time, but I think you might be right because I know rap may have been big in the 90s, but the first ever recording of rap was the 80s. So 70s. I think it might be the same situation.
It's actually the 70s.
Tim, Colton,
Okay.
So sorry to disappoint both of you, but Marissa was the one telling the truth. She actually had her first kiss with the late President John F. Kennedy on June 5th, 1965. Hey, that's the Liars Club. Thanks to our contestants and our panelists. Thank you. And that's the Liars Club game. Kent, what do we got next?
Well, John, just before we go to the next one, I just kind of wonder, since Kennedy died in November of 1963, how she actually kissed him. She must have dug him up. That is really weird. But hey, you know the truth, John. You know the truth.
Right.
So I just thought I'd throw that fact out, John.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
The next game is Judge Johnny, and you're the judge. You're Judge Johnny. And just like Judge Judy, we have our Judge Johnny. And why don't you bring in all the players, John, and I'll tell you what the case is today.
Okay, great. So for Judge Johnny, we're going to have Lori, Steven, Dave, and Lexi, who are all here right now. Hey, everybody.
Of course, Lexi's still got the lingerie store up.
Good. And so we know Lexi is the plaintiff here. Dave has got a nice costume change. I love it. And Kent, what is what's the issue, the conflict here between the plaintiff Lexi and the defendant Steven?
Well, Lexi and Steven were going to move in together as roommates. They weren't an item or anything. And so Lexi put down a huge security deposit, her first and last month rent, and Steven decided to back out, leaving her having to come up with the other half of the rent and the other half of the security deposit, or just lose all that money. So she had to come up with twice as much money. Steven left her on the hook, and Steven moved in with Dan. You can see Dan, the suit guy down there.
Right.
So Dan had a really nice apartment, and he offered to give Steven a really good discount. So Steven said, hey, I can move in and get a much nicer apartment with Dan. So he ditched on Lexi. And of course, we have Lexi's mom, Lori, here, who's a witness for her of how bad Steven did to her, because Lori helped invest some of the money for Lexi to pay for the balance now. So she owes her mother money. That's our case today, Judge Johnny.
Okay, and welcome to Judge Johnny is in session. As always, Judge Johnny wants the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God! Now let's go to our plaintiff. Lexi, why don't you just tell me why you're here?
Yes, Your Honor. Me and Steven, we've been friends for a really, really long time. So we decided that we would move in together, to save on rent, and because we thought we were really good friends. So we said, yeah, this will work. And so I got my mom together, and we piled up enough money to pay for first month's rent and last month's rent, and everything was almost final, la di da. And at the last minute, Steven told me, he didn't really tell me, he texted me and said, hey, bye, I'm not gonna room with you. I found a better apartment somewhere else. So now I have to pay for this apartment that I really can't even really afford, but I already have all the money and I already paid first month and last month's rent. So yeah, I'm suing him because he should have told me ahead of time before I got the money together, before my mom got involved. That should have been talked about. So yeah, so now we don't have the money and I don't have the apartment. So
Oh, okay, good. I think I understand what's going on. I'm going to get to the truth here. So help me God. Now let's go to Steven in the glasses. Steven, is it true? Did you agree to move in with Lexi? Is that part true?
Initially, yes. Initially, yes, because, yeah, it seemed the place that was found I liked, but then unexpectedly, I got a better deal.
Did you sign a lease? Did you sign a lease?
No, there was no lease signed.
Did you handshake? Was there a handshake?
It was a verbal agreement, but no written document.
A verbal agreement and a written document? No written document.
No written document, but a verbal agreement. And that's why I thought it would have been no problem.
Can I ask you a question? Did you recently have your eyes dilated because you went to an eye doctor?
Well, I'm losing my eyesight, so I'm starting to go blind.
I'm sorry to hear that. Let's move on. Let's go to Lexi. Lexi, you have a witness here that's your mother. Is that correct?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And is there well, I'm just gonna. Hey, Miss Lexi, nice of you to stop by. What's your side? What's your take, Miss Lexi? Mrs. Lexi.
Oh, you must mean me. Okay.
Yeah.
My mother, Lori.
It's not that I wouldn't do anything. Yeah. It's not that I wouldn't do anything for my daughter. If I were really rich, fine. But I'm sick of her having babies. She had babies with this man, and I'm just sick of it. He's got to take responsibility for their children.
Okay, wow. So this is not just about the apartment. This is also about the kids. Now, I thought he was just some asshole wearing sunglasses, but apparently he's going blind. So I'm going to have to wade a little slower into this whole. I didn't even realize there was a paternity issue. Steven, who's this buddy here you got here? Is this guy the real father?
This man here is my longtime friend who offered me a better deal, a much better place. And especially since I've been losing my eyesight, it's more convenient. I don't have to go up as many. I don't have to use the stairs. It's on the first level.
Steven, I'm sorry, about the eyesight. I really am, but I got to ask you a question. You got kids with this guy too?
I beg your pardon. Say that again, Your Honor.
Do you have children with this gentleman? Because I know you got children with Lexi here, and I'm going to find out who's the daddy. So help me God.
Well, she didn't reveal to me. Lexi and I did have some fun, but she didn't confirm with me if I was the father or not. So I was initially unaware, and if I am the father, forgive me for that, and I will make up for it.
Well, I appreciate your contrition. Let's go to Dan. Dan, did you see them make these babies?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were there. So you. Well, it appears that Dan just confirmed that you are the father. So
okay, I have a confession.
What's
I'm
that,
in
Dan?
court. I'm a Christian. I can't lie. The place I invited Steve to live with me isn't really an apartment. It's just a little shed box I put together. And since he's going blind, he doesn't even realize. And I thought I could get him out of the picture because really, I was fucking Lexi on the side, and those children are both mine. But we can't let Steven know that. So while he's going blind, we thought we would just remove him out of the equation, put him in a little shed. Lexi can sue, get her mother on the side, and boom, we walk away with our money while he's in a shed.
Okay, wow. This I appreciate your honesty, and I appreciate you coming clean. I'm sorry, Miss Lexi / Mrs. Lori, that you had to see this. This is a harsh way for a mother to find out the truth about her daughter's children. You can go ahead and cry. Everybody just cry a little bit. Just cry a little bit. Yeah. I'm going to get the tears out. So help me God. Okay, I'm going to rule for the defendant because he isn't the father. Case closed, Judge Johnny. Back to you, Kent. Thank you, performers.
Wow, that was really quite a case you had there, John. We're going to move on and play a telemarketing game. So we need to bring in your telemarketer and the customer that the telemarketer is going to be calling, John. Then I'll tell you what they're trying to sell.
Okay, awesome. So Lavelle is our telemarketer. She is calling Sandra. Sandra is just trying to enjoy a nice evening at home, but Lavelle is trying to sell Sandra something. What, Kent, is Lavelle trying to sell?
Lavelle is trying to sell a portable AC unit. It's really hot here. It's so small, John, that you can put it actually in your pocket. You can attach it to your bra or a back pocket. You can carry it around and put it in your car. It's a very small AC to keep your body cool in very small places, John.
I'd love to have it attached to my bra because my breasts are sweaty. So let's just go to Telemarketer the Game with Lavelle and Sandra selling a mini AC unit.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening. How are you this wonderful, warm and steamy evening?
Warm and steamy evening. You sound like you're nice and cool. It's hot.
Yes, I am so nice and cool. I mean, I've got my portable air conditioner in my bra. I've got one in my. That's exactly what I wanted to tell you about, my dear. We have this amazing portable air conditioning. You can put it in your bra to keep your tits cool. Yes, in your bra. You know sometimes how your tits get all hot and sweaty? Well, our little portable bra our little portable air conditioner is just the thing. And you know, sometimes when you get a little hot down there, it's small enough that you can just put it inside and cool off, darling. Cool off.
Is this a prank call? Is this what you're gonna do to me? Tease me and talk me on a really hot day?
Absolutely
you know what? No, I don't have to. Click.
No. Ring, ring.
Again. Hello.
Hi. The call dropped, I'm sure.
The call
dropped. As I was saying, this air conditioner is so amazing. I mean, it will cool you off when you're hot on those evenings when you're alone and there's no one there to cool you off. Honey, this conditioner will just cool you down. And it's like the Cadillac of the mini coolers.
Where exactly am I going to plug in a miniature air conditioner for my tits?
You don't have to, you have to plug it in. It's battery operated. Oh my God, it's the newest thing that you have got to have, baby.
Battery operated? Call me back when it's rechargeable. Click.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
You have got to be kidding me. You're trying to sell me a portable AC battery operated that's going to cool my and my on a hot day like this. Do you know how hot it is outside? You think the Energizer
Bunny? I'm calling because your girlfriend gave me your number. And
my girlfriend?
Yes, and she said that you needed to be cooled off. and I've got just the thing to cool you off, my lady.
So now my girlfriend's calling you, talking shit about me, saying that I'm moody because I'm hot.
Oh, no, not moody, just hot and luscious.
Just hot.
Hot and luscious. You got
Hot
to keep
and
that
luscious.
place
Oh,
cool,
now
honey.
you're stalking me. Hot and luscious. You know that I'm sexy. My goodness, how much is this anyway? Just to get you off my hair.
Well, my dear, it doesn't even cost the price of an expensive vibrator. You can't guess.
Expensive vibrator.
It is just 4 payments of $59.99.
4 payments of 50, and I have to replace the batteries. I don't think the
we give you
Energizer
batteries. We give you batteries. We have
lifetime.
extra batteries.
Lifetime.
You are going to enjoy this so much. It is better than even the greatest vibrator.
I got a deal. If
Yes.
I buy a miniature AC and you throw in the batteries, will you also throw in batteries for my vibrator?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I'll even give you an extra
All right.
vibrator.
Let me get my card information. Hold on.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, that's telemarketers. I was blushing. I turned 50 Shades of Red. Thank you to that game. Kent, what's next? And we're going to get all of our performers out, right?
Yeah, we're playing the match game, John. The match game, which is a very famous game that was on TV for many, many years. And they're trying to bring it back now with Alec Baldwin as well. So tell them how the match game is played and maybe introduce our 2 contestants. And I think you also have to give occupations, don't you, to all the panelists?
Absolutely. Okay, cool. So it's super simple. There's going to be a fill-in-the-blank type question, and our contestants are going to try and guess what our panelists are going to fill in the blank with. A word, usually, maybe a couple words. Now, our contestants are Sandra and Steven. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Steven. And before we just get to know everybody, and we'll go by and just say hello to each person, and maybe you can give us just one sentence saying hello. And before we do that, though, let me just go around the horn and remind all of our panelists who they are. So, of course, we've got Marissa, who is a doctor. Yes, that's right. We've got Ronald over there in the corner, who is a hippie. We've got Colton, who is a mountain climber. We've got Beth, who is a new mom. She's a new mom. We've got Lori, who's a cop. Let's see. We've got Timothy, who is a hormonal adolescent. And we've got Lavelle. Lavelle is a construction worker. And, of course, we've got Lexi, and Lexi is a psychic. So let's go down real quick to our contestants, Steven and Sandra. Steven, are you excited to play the match game?
You bet. Bring them on.
Okay. And Sandra, do you think you're going to beat Steven?
Of course, I'm going to beat him. This is my first game show ever. I'm so excited.
Oh, I love that energy that comes from someone who doesn't live in Los Angeles and still has hope in their voice. Let's just quickly go around and just one sentence from each of our panelists. Ronald the hippie, do you think you're going to have some matches today?
Totally.
Oh, we can't hear you, John. Why you're unmuted there? Well, you should have everybody else put up what their expertise is or their occupation, so we can know who you guys are, because that will really help. And put up the contestants as well. That's great. Okay, go ahead, John.
Oh, thank you.
Should be muted. Mute yourself if you're not on, Marissa. Okay.
Let's go to Marissa
And
the
Lori.
doctor. Marissa the doctor. Are you ready to go, Dr. Marissa?
Yes.
Do I look sick?
You look very, very sick.
Damn it. Let's go to James the Mountain Mama. James,
Aha!
Hey, what are you drinking, Mountain Mama?
Water.
Okay.
Selfie.
You got to stay hydrated when you're climbing those mountains. Hey,
Damn right.
Hey, let's go to Eartha Mom.
Oh, hi, Stephen and Sandra. You both look like you are wonderful children.
Aw, she always sees the best in all of us. Thanks, Eartha Mom. Hey, let's go to the cop, Lori. Lori, do you think there's going to be any problems tonight? Oh, no. Unmute yourself, Lori.
You're just asking for a ticket, aren't you?
Oh, no, no, ma'am. I'm just sick. I'm just a sick individual. Please don't ticket me. Hey, let's go to Timothy. He's an adolescent with a lot of hormones in his system. How are you feeling tonight, adolescent Timothy? Oh, you know how kids are. They give you the silent treatment. They don't want to talk to you. That's the moment he's in right now. He's in a phase. Let's go to the construction worker, Lavelle. Are you looking to build bridges or are you looking to tear down buildings?
I'm gonna tear down some buildings. It's what I've been waiting for.
Wow, so you're not messing around. You're playing this game for keeps. I can respect that. And finally, let's go to Madam Red, the psychic. Hey, do you know what illness I have and what ticket I'm going to get?
Oh, I hear you right now. Don't be scared, fast.
Oh, okay.
In my vision, I foresaw Timothy speaking just now, hence why I was silent.
Ah, wow. Miss Madam Red, you truly are a psychic, and I cannot wait to play this game. I'm excited to get this going. Sandra, Steven, and everyone else, get your pencil and paper ready because we're going to go to Kent with our first match to play. Kent, what is the first match phrase that we need to finish?
Okay, I'm going to read the sentence to you. They have to fill in the blank, and the contestants will have to try and match what they think our panelists are going to say. The opening question is, I have the world's best informed dog. I just got done paper training him, and I used blank.
Okay, wow,
Okay,
that's a long one. That's a long one.
Yes, well, it's an actual real question from the show. I looked it up today. So he's got an informed dog and he paper trained him, but what did he use? He used blank.
Okay, paper train. And just for my edification, is paper training peeing on paper or hitting the dog with a rolled up piece of paper?
I think they're trying to teach him to actually go to the bathroom on the paper. I don't think they roll it up and hit him. PETA wouldn't like that.
I don't know why I asked the question, but I just wanted clarification for myself. So obviously paper training means getting the dog to pee on the newspaper. And
well, John, you know what you revealed there, John, is that you revealed how your parents trained you, hitting you with the paper, I think.
Yeah, well, they did. They hit me with the newspaper and then they made me pee on it. And then they made me take a dump outside and they picked it up in a little plastic bag and carried it around with me. And that still happens to this day. So help me God. Now, so let's go to our contestants real quick. We're going to see what their matches were, and then we're going to find out if the panelists matched their answers. So, Sandra, what is your answer? Maybe Kent, you could just set us up with that sentence again.
Yeah, I have the world's best informed dog. I just got done paper training him, and I used blank.
I used grass.
Oh, she used grass. Okay, great.
Okay, grass.
Steven, she used what?
Turkey leg as a treat to get the dog to move.
Okay, wow. Well, we're going on a limb. We're gonna hope one of these people said grass or a turkey leg. We'll find out real quick. Marissa, the doctor, paper training the dog. They used what? A hot dog rope. Okay, they used a hot dog rope. Everyone, that's a rope of multiple hot dogs connected to each other with the casings. Not a match, but a good idea. Ronald the hippie, to train the dog, potty train the dog, they used what?
I don't agree with the use of paper because trees are alive too.
And what does that say? You can say it. What is it?
Grass.
What? Oh,
But she had to mean the good type of grass, you know, the one comes from the earth. I
right.
guess all. Yeah, she knows what I mean.
Okay, this stoner is talking himself in circles. Let's go to James Mountain Mama. Potty trained the dog they used.
It looks a little bad because I had to write all the letters backwards, but the great outdoors.
Okay, it still didn't work. The great outdoors. Okay, that is a good way to potty train the dog, and grass is outside in the great outdoors, so I'd say that's very close. Very close. Let's go to Eartha Mom. They potty trained the dog using.
Oh, Gene, I said diapers.
Diapers, of course, because you've been working with diapers on your children. That makes sense. Actually, I invested in a company that does doggy diapers, and it went under. I lost everything. Cop Lori, they potty trained the dog using what?
A choker leash, and then paper, drawing paper. I put a little circle there and put some food there, and I choked the dog to where to pee and put food.
Okay, that also happened to me. My parents made me eat and pee in the same location. Unfortunately, that wasn't a match. Construction worker, they potty trained the dog using what?
Nails and hammer.
Oh, nails and a hammer. Wow.
Yes, that's the quickest way to train. You know?
Geez, obviously they're not going to use them against the dog, but they're going to do a lot of construction near the dog, and that's going to frighten the dog and make the dog want to evacuate.
Absolutely.
Of course. And Madam Red potty trained the dog by using.
Not sure how well this will show up, but it says treats and rewards.
Wow, treats and rewards. Stephen, what did you have?
I had turkey leg, which is the essential of a treat.
Okay, I'm going to call that half of a match. I'm going to call that half a match. So Sandra's got a full match. Stephen's got half a match. And finally, Timothy potty trained the dog and used what?
I did. I hope this came out right, but I put drugs.
Drugs what?
Drugs.
Just drugs.
Drugs.
Okay.
Just drugs.
Okay, it was written both ways. Now I understand. It was super. It was tripping me out like the hippie was. Okay, so Kent, Sandra's in a slight lead here. Maybe let's play another round. What do you got?
Yes, well, I'm going to give you the sentence, and we'll see what the kids come up with. I'm beginning to think that young gentleman is on drugs. Okay, here it is. I like my women the way I like my eggs. Blank.
Wow.
I like my women the way I like my eggs. Blank.
All right.
Actual real question, John, from the match game. I looked it up today.
It makes me want to watch the show. And there are many different answers that are coming to mind. I like my women like I like my eggs. Blank. Wow. I'm really excited to see where these contestants and panelists take this. I'm sure it's going to be wholesome, and I'm sure it's going to be, well, I won't even say anything more because I don't want to take away any potential answers they could give. I'm going to go to Sandra now because it looks like she's done. Sandra, you like your women like your eggs. Blank.
Normally, I'd like them scrambled and nutty, but today I like them easy.
Easy. Oh, they could have. This feels like it might be a match with someone in this world. Stephen, you like your eggs like your women. What's your answer?
Over easy.
Whoa! So we had a match within the contestants. Okay, good. Now this is unprecedented in that it happened many times over the course of the show. Let's go to the Madam Red, who I'm sure knew I was going to come to her first. You like your eggs like you like your women. What's it?
Yeah. Centuries old.
Say that again.
Centuries old.
Oh, centuries old. Okay, wow. That's right. I like, yeah, when the eggs and the women are over 100, they have ripened to a preferred flavor. Let's go to the construction worker. You like your eggs like you like your women, blank.
Over easy and smashed.
Oh, we're going to call that half a match. So we're going to give each of you half a match. And so that means Steven's got a full match and Sandra's got 1.5. Let's go to the hormonal child. If this child said over easy, I'm going to lose it. What did the hormonal child say?
I hope I spelled this right, but I said decorated.
Decorated.
Like an Easter egg.
Okay, he likes his eggs decorated, so they're hard boiled. Obviously, this is a fan of Easter. Let's go to the cop Lori. Like my women, like I like my eggs. What?
I like my women the age of the oval or the ovulating. So I like the oval ovulating yolk type eggs. Women, same thing. And I like them white, soft, and warm. Soft boiled eggs.
Okay,
Oh.
good. Wow.
Did you understand any of that, John? I kind of lost it somewhere. I needed to add about 17 more blanks in there, I think.
Yeah, look,
That's me, just me.
hey, I mean, there's a lot of people that have preferences for women, and she likes them white, soft, and hard boiled. Apparently, good. Thank you, Cop Lori. Let's go to Eartha Mom. You like your women like you like your eggs. What is it? Over easy.
Well, Alex, I said over easy.
Wow. Okay, so that's a direct match with Steven, meaning Steven now has 2 and Sandra has 1.5. I'm going to go to James Mountain Mama. You like your women like you like your eggs?
Hearty and healthy,
Okay.
like every good breakfast.
Okay, well, I think we can hook you up with that guy who was shopping at Victoria's Secret for his hearty and healthy wife. Let's go to Marissa Doctor. You like your women like you like your eggs? Oh, you're on mute. The drama builds.
I like my women the way I like my egg.
Scrambled and juicy. Wow. Wow. She went there. She's not afraid to go there, folks. Unfortunately, the contestants were afraid to go there. And we're finally going to Ronald the Hippie. This is the final potential for a match. Otherwise, Steven is going to eke out Sandra by a half of a match, which is a measurement that I created tonight. Ronald the Hippie, you like your women like you like your eggs, blank.
I like them cracked and broken.
Broken. Oh, no. He's preying
That
upon
way
broken.
they're real. They're opened up to they're not fake like most people.
Okay, wow. I'm sorry, Sandra. This is the end of the road for you.
I also like mushrooms.
You like mushrooms. Okay, now, really, really quickly, we're going to have this final round with Steven. Okay, so Kent's going to give us one word. We're only going to have to think of one word that we're going to finish another word's phrase. So he's going to give us one word. We're going to come up with another word. What's that word, Kent?
John, it is blank you.
Blank
you.
Hey, blank you too, Kent. Thanks for that. So blank you. Steven, you're going to have to guess what you think someone might match. Blank you. If you get more than 3 matches, you're going to go on a all expenses paid trip to North Hollywood. North Hollywood. Glamorous North Hollywood. Blank you. Everyone is writing their answer down for blank you. Sorry, Sandra. Again, we wish you could be there with us, but blank you. And Steven, what is your answer for blank you?
Fired.
Fired. So the phrase would be fired you. Okay, fired you. It's definitely possible somebody might have said fired you. Unlikely, but possible. Ronald the Hippie, blank you. What'd you say?
Saw, dude. Saw you.
Saw you?
Yeah, it's like, hello. You've never done that before? Like, what's your issue?
My issue is I'm about to get a ticket and I'm apparently sick. So let's go to Marissa the Doctor, blank you. Treat you. Treat you. Treat yourself well. Not a match, but a good message for all of us. James the Mountain Man, blank you.
It kind of sounded like you said fire Jew. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Conquer you like you would conquer a mountain. I'm speaking to the mountain. I do it often.
Okay, conquer you. Unfortunately, that's not a match, but it is a very illuminating. Eartha Mom, blank you. What might you say to a child?
Well, Bill, I said, love you.
Aww, that's so sweet. Love you. Steven, could you not think of that? Could you not think of love? You had to go with fired. Let's go to Cop Lori. Blank you. What does Cop Lori think?
Stop you.
Yeah, that's exactly what a cop would say. Stop you. Lori, that makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately, Steven could not think like a cop. He could only think like a corporate raider. Fired you is what Steven said. We have 3 more options to make a match. If he gets all 3 matches, he's going to North Hollywood. If he gets 1 match, he's going to Panorama City. And if he gets 2 matches, we're going to put him in a dump truck and leave him at the landfill. Tim, blank you. Tim, blank you. Yep, go ahead, Tim.
Oh, okay. I've been waiting to do this ever since I got my hormones.
Fuck you. Wow, that seemed like the obvious one. This adolescence hormones are kicking in. Unfortunately, Steven, you did not go with the obvious one. You went with fired. Let's go to the construction worker. Blank you. What'd you say?
Smacked you.
Oh, wow. Smacked you. You can get fired for smacking somebody or fucking them, but that's not what you said. And finally, Madam Red, the psychic, last chance for him to get 1 match and go to Panorama City and have a $8 meal at Denny's.
Can you read it? Hex you.
Hex you. She's a psychic, but also a witch, and she's hexed you. No doubt that is a premonition because she hexed you before the game, so you would not win. Kent, that is the match game, and that is our show.
That is our show, John. You can see this show on LAC Comedy along with a lot of our other shows on the YouTube channel. This is this team's 5th show. Let's introduce our cast today. Of course, our host, John.
Hey.
Judge Johnny. And Lexi.
Hi, thank you.
Steven.
So long.
Lori.
I'll miss you all.
And Dave, who's also Ronald the Hippie.
Goodbye.
Lavelle.
Catch you later.
Sandra.
That's all, folks.
Beth. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll hear the noise. There it is. Beautiful.
And fuck
Colton.
Yeah!
And Timothy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Good night.
9. There it is.
And good luck.
And Marissa.
See you next time. Till next time.
All right. John, that has been our show. I'm Ken Scove for John Darden and Ken Scove and all our cast at the LA Connection.